them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Now it's my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check. Alert. Red, go. Check 47.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Go! 180! He's checking. Move. Alert.
Now Trubisky on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Check it back. Hey, ball. Hey, alert.
Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky, he'll rifle this one. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. To throw from his end zone. Cummins. He finds Hopkins complete.
as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go, 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 go!
Looking to throw. Cummins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
45's the mic. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Hey, Alpha, look at me, zipper. 45. Check mic, check mic.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cummins looking deep for Hilton. A fight for the football, and and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got Fuller. And all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route, go for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They toss to Freeman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
You got nothing. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. And this one is right down the middle. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Hey, I need one over here.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky. 20. This one caught by Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give them 32 on the play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, shoot!
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down, Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. And that's caught inside the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Cummins. He's got it to Hilton. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing on first down. Cummins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Cummins. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Terry. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, and that's it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off play action. Cummins. It's complete to Hopkins. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 80 weapons.
And that is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cummins. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space. Taken down right at the 10. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
61, matchbox right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Come on, let's go.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Alert, 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 alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. He has still not connected on a single pass in the 2nd half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On the ground, Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ready up. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Cummins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Trubisky to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Cummins. Complete to Hilton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Right there. 54, right there.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Let's get it. On the ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 65. 65. 65. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Cummins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. They'll have a first down past the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. On first down, Trubisky. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up second down.
Right there, 56. Ain't no such thing. Hey, ball.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back.
I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you. Greystone, travel.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Mike 54. I got you. Hey, orbit. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. Hit it.
From the gun, Cummins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. It's complete to Fuller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Bravo.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Trubisky. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Now it's Trubisky. And it is incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready? 30 base.
Check,
check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
So